What is going on? I'm Zedmont. We are going to jump into Warships. Season 63 is here, and I am late to get started as per usual. 110 diamonds. Do make sure you jump into the shop. Not your usual 10 diamonds or 11 diamonds. We're getting 110s. Didn't notice that until just now as we're throwing code Zedmont in the shop. It does expire. Jumping into Season 73. As expected, the 2-engine room level is a full-on fizzle fest, so we are going to get the heck out of there. I have collected all of my tokens and my keys. We are sitting at rank 12, so we've got approximately 9 losses before we fall out of iron, which is the important thing here, because I am going to be losing a lot with this tech tree. So, first and foremost, we are going to max that landing craft. That is going to be somewhat important. And then we're going to max our rifles because they are going to be a key troop for the second. I am not going to be maxing Zookas. You probably want to max Zookas. I am going to just grind out the losses until I get to Bombardiers, and Zookas at that point will be completely useless. So just hoping I can get enough tokens to get all the way there. We're going to get our snipers up to a reasonable level. We're going to get our cannons up to a reasonable level. We are going to have to unlock machine guns, of course, because those are on the path. And boom mines, of course, up to a reasonable level. You guessed it. Today is all about getting things to a reasonable level. Now, we're going to take the machine guns, which is why we're going to max those machine guns. People are using rifle Zooka, so machine guns are going to be clutch. Now, flamethrowers, we're going to have to come back for those to get that extra troop damage as well, but for right now, we're going forwards to get through and out of stuff. Now, the farther we go, the fewer stuff people are going to be having. So the 3-engine room level, there are some players with absolutely ridiculous bases with building health and green mines, and that just will not fly with my rifle dudes. So we're going to avoid that, and we're just going to keep going forwards. Need to get forwards, need to get into that next engine room level. And you see we're low on tech, so we're going to get some of that up. We're going to get some of this up, and we are going to get our troop health to about there. And we just need to get through this gate is the next thing. So I'm gonna spend some back here, and we're getting closer by the second, but as you can see, we're also getting lower on those tokens. So we just need to get through it. Now that we're through it, we're going to get into that next 4-engine room level. Now, I am going to get smoked at the 4-engine room level, but on the plus side, we're closer to Bombardiers, and people are going to have fewer stuff at the 4-engine room level. And look how far we need to make people walk. So that is my primary goal right now, is just to not get stuck and not get bored, because those 2-engine room, 3-engine room fizzle metas just do not appeal at all to me. We're going to throw our engine rooms back in this neighborhood, making people walk incredibly far, and then I'm gonna just pause right here and I'll come back with a base built out of the stuff that I have. Okay, so here is my naked base. There's a lot of empty space here. Most people at the 4-engine room level seem to be having some green mines and some building healths, but I assume they don't have Bombardiers. I guess it depends how far along they are. So we will not be going and getting that hot pot on this account. Anyways, on my other account, I am going to go defensive, but on this one, I just want to get forwards into those Bombardiers and then pushing towards rocket choppers. It's going to be a struggle for a little bit, especially right now using our Tick 1 Zookas, but we did save some tokens in case I have to bump those Zookas up. We're going to try with rifles first. Note that we did not put anything into our gunboat because although we do have shocks, that's all we have. So shouldn't need GBE too much to start. And now let's just go in with, what is that, 208 Zookas? I'm sorry, 208 rifles, I should say. And at least our rifles have those skeleton masks. And you'll note there are all of the mines we talked about. And they have the building health. So we are going to get absolutely pummeled on this attack. And that was well known. That was well planned. I shouldn't say well planned. It was planned. And we're going to bring some Zookas in. Just because I don't know how my rifles are going to do, and I'd like to have a little bit of Zooka firepower over in this neighborhood because they can outrange some of those things. And so now it's just a matter of getting all of this stuff forwards. And you know what? We've got shock, so I was thinking about delay dropping something, and then I realized probably don't need to do that all that much. So we're just going to get our shocks out, get our troops moving, and it's just dead simple walk through things. There is no magic here. We can't clear any mines. Our troops are hitting all of the things. We've got a little bit of health on our side, but not a heck of a lot. And we've got a lot of mines over on that right-hand side. And look at our troops just absolutely getting obliterated. And this is why we brought those Zookas. We're getting a little bit of extra oomph out of Zookas. They do have a little bit of extra health, extra little bit of range, but my goodness, this is just an absolute slaughter. I think I need to boost up my health a bit, but look at these mines just crushing all of our dudes. So probably should have used a couple extra Zookas, and watching all of our stuff die to those individual flamethrowers. I think we're gonna get through this though. It looks like we've still got a shot to get through this. I've got a bunch of GBE. I just need to keep active, and as long as we can get around that corner, we should be in decent straits. I think those couple Zookas and a couple riflemen just need them to clear the mines in a... There we go. We're about to lose every single Zooka right about... Ready for the poof moment? Here comes the poof moment. All of the Zookas going bye-bye and just obliterated. So we are going to retreat. We don't even have to retreat. We have lost. So for King Victor, just walking through and leaving Zookas at tick 1 appears to be our primary issue at the second. So I said we've got 9 losses. We just wasted one of them, unfortunately. So I got to put some tokens into Zookas, even though I really don't want to. A little bit of troop health. That med kit would have done wonders for us. So this is where that balance, getting the gunboat upgraded a little bit would help, getting our Zookas upgraded, but we also need to keep a little bit for back there. But I'm just doing it. We're going to get our troop health maxed. Can't deal with that. We have now spent all of our tokens, which is going to be extra double plus bad potentially. So I definitely rushed that a little bit, and so this tech tree guide is going to be questionable. Kind of like my voice today. Holy, I'm sounding raspy. Double playoff game. Oh, thank you for not having green mines. So if you're wondering if green mines are worth spending on, I would say definitely. Green mines very much coming in very clutch here. We are going to send you guys over here with you over there. And we are going to use a shock once we get about there. Don't want too many of our guys going in that flamethrower / machine gun area. And then just all of our Zookas, hopefully getting rid of that flamethrower before we lose all of our rifle dudes. And this is where just showing the early season versus the late season. Like, we are not going to use Zookas ever again once we get Bombardiers and or rocket choppas. So it's not like Zookas right now would be so clutch. Watching them absolutely get obliterated is rough, and just having to walk all the way around these. This is why I was not super duper keen on the decks during my sneak peek. Some of you said that I laid into Chicken. I disagree 1000%. Chicken did a great job designing this. He put his name forward. I very much appreciate the fact that he did that. Definitely, there's not a lot of upside for submitting a Warships season, so kudos to him for doing so. I literally couldn't have talked about the season I couldn't have been accurate or fair about the season without. Anyways, we're gonna get onto you definitely need to start removing some of these buildings. This tech choice is going to be so hard for quite a while as our troops just get absolutely crushed by shock mines and flamethrowers and machine guns. I'm really hoping that we don't fizzle completely, though, because this is just absolutely ridiculous how quickly our troops are all dying. Oh, sometimes you gotta suffer just to get to where you need to on a season, and this is very much one of those moments. So, come on, need to get you down, Mr. Machine Gun, and now I'm just hoping that we can get a couple more engine rooms. This tech is just so strong. On the defensive side, ugh, so rough. So rough. We are going to get a whole 2 engine rooms. Medkits will definitely help us, which are going to be next. Even Tick 1 medkits are going to help us a little bit. Against Boab, another great player that I'm guessing just started as well, because I see them many seasons. At least we're still in 12. And you see like all of the engine rooms just hidden at that back. At least we're running into people who don't have green mines. This person does, of course, have flamethrowers. Everyone, it seems like, does have flamethrowers. So we're going to get, you know what, I'm just sending all of these Zookas. I don't need to worry about that machine gun quite yet. And so as a result, we're going to get our Tick 1 Zookas out there. And that machine gun doing teeny tiny bits of damage, but really just need to get rid of that flamethrower before our riflemen show up. That is my primary goal, because those flamethrowers are just absolutely demolishing my riflemen. So with riflemen and bombardiers, that will be far less of an issue. But for right now, we're just slowly leaking our troops out one by one, trying to keep our riflemen alive and really being careful about where the heck we send these guys to. So we are just going to get crushed. People, by the way, do have critters. They will be crittering your engine rooms. So without green mines, I am just going to watch my engine rooms go up in flames, but really hoping that getting to bombardiers, and if not bombardiers, rocket choppas will be clutch. So definitely very much suffering for success at the second, but Warships very much often about that. We're going to get all the engine rooms on this one, which means that they have chosen to go get something even more fun. And where are we going to throw our shock? Let's throw our shock on that right-hand side. We've got enough rifles heading towards that left-hand one, and then we are going to flare onto that flamethrower. Just need to get rid of it before all of our troops are dead. And now the slow anguish as we get forwards onto that gosh darned flamethrower and machine gun. I will pause after this battle because this is just like a terrible train wreck. But the fact that they've got that flamethrower tucked in that back corner leads me to believe that they do have critters. So there are a lot of ways to lose this season, and I am showing you as many of them as I possibly can as we get onto that final engine room. And do we take bets on whether they have critters? The fact that they don't have building damage leads me to building health, I should say, makes me believe that they probably do have critters. So, Tutala, 3 minutes 5 seconds. So, do they have critters? Let's find out here. So, they've got Kavan and some Zookas, and then, see, there we go. There's the critters. Okay, coming back. We have fallen down out of iron. The important part is I've claimed every chest in iron so far, though, and as a result, we do have flamethrowers. That one flamethrower on that right-hand side trying to help protect against critters at the back. Critters at the back are a major problem. We're going to move some things a little bit, and up until now, I have been focused on claiming my chests, and now we need to focus on winning, because if you look here, I am at 0%, 0-16, just absolutely laser focused on the tech tree. And now, by the way, the global is broken. It only goes down to 500 now for whatever reason. I have passed that along, but we need to get a win under our belt. And we do have Bombardiers. Let's show you a quick tech tree update. So still using that Tick 1 gunboat. I probably will put some tokens into that. We managed to get here with Tick 1 Zookas. Tick 1 Zookas was a terrible call, but it did save us some tokens, which will hopefully help us in the longer term. We still only have Tick 3 shock mines. We did get Tick 3 medkits. Those were helpful with Rifle Zooka against those crazy bases with all the perfectly placed mines and the hot pots and the building health. And now we are slowly but surely moving forwards. There are a bunch of different metas. I got to tip my cap to Mr. Chicken, whether people are getting critter launchers or critters and Kavan, or getting green mines and the hot pots and the building health. It is a tough sledding season, but these decks just don't leave a lot of creativity for how you're going to actually deploy your troops or run your troops. So that part frustrates me. I wish there were just slightly better decks. That would be the only thing that I would beg for in this season. Otherwise, I'm going to spread at least one of you out a little bit more, because I'm just finding that the troops are just walking through this base a little bit more than I would like. So we're going to get that up there. We'll get our machine guns spread out, and not too many people have critters. So we should still be able to get a decent coverage at that back section. So now into Bombardiers. Bombardiers are good, but they're slow. So I'm not quite sure of the perfect ratio. I'm feeling something like this might be decent. Rifles do a surprising amount of damage. Let's see if we can't break that negative streak. Now, back here, I'm just going to leave one boat of Bombardier back there, and we'll just get going forwards with the rest of these guys. So we're just going to send all of you up here and just flare onto that machine gun. Get going, get towards that back, and try to speed things up. I just told you that there's not a ton of creativity when it comes to flares on this season, and then tried a little bit of creativity on flares on the season. So we are going to throw a shock back there and a Bombardier there, and we've got most of our troops moving towards that back, with a couple troops moving towards the front, and feeling halfway decent about this. Those shock mines, like, there's a bunch of shock mines this season which have actually kept my riflemen alive. And I'm not sure if that's intentional or people not building bases as well as they could, but it just feels like a bunch of times shock mines have been just too far away, if that makes any sense. Let me know if you're seeing the same thing or if I'm going crazy, but we are going to try to go fast. We had a halfway decent split here, and now I just need to get onto some engine rooms, like just going as quick as we possibly can, trying to get our troops through all of this, and we're going to throw a medkit on that. And then, do I dare? You know what? Let's just let our Bombardiers throw a couple chucks, and then we're just going to get going onto that final engine room. And I feel like that is about as fast as I probably could have gone on this. Maybe could have saved a couple extra seconds. But if 227 isn't enough, then we are going to go further downwards in iron against Zazu. What do you got for us? I'm pretty sure I picked up a win. And so the first thing here is rifles. Like, unless you're going against hot pot or something like that, rifles are fairly gosh darn strong. So I tried a couple battles with like 6 boats of Bombardiers, and you end up going a little bit slower. So I know it feels a little bit crazy to keep a lot of rifles in, but do keep some of those rifles in. I talked about how they were just going to be fodder, but I feel like they're a little bit stronger than just fodder. So we've got Bombardiers, and now I can backfill, and I feel like that's the difference here. Some players went and got the building health and or the hot pot, and that's where I'm going next, I think. Troop damage. I've seen a couple people with troop damage, and their speeds are not significantly faster. Need to make that decision, but not quite yet, because we have got our first win of the season. So the tech tree that definitely tested my faith and definitely tested my FOMO, and I very much wanted to go get Kavan right away and or critters, but I feel like now that we've got the basics in place, we've got the reassurance that I could probably just keep moving forwards towards rocket launchers, shock launchers, and rocket choppas. So anyways, hopefully that gave you something to chew on. I know a lot of times YouTubers and boomtubers and me just come on here and show you how to win right away. And hopefully I showed you that doing a whole bunch of losses will hopefully be worth it in the end. So anyways, that is all for me. I am Zedmod. Thank you for coming in, liking, sharing, subscribing, a comment. Let me know what you think about the season so far, what you think about this Boom Pass, which we did a sneak peek for, and I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.